Hey, my lovelies, welcome to day 7 of A Month of Grace. So glad you tuned in. Have you ever been in a situation and you felt like, I can't handle this. I can't accept this to be true. I don't want this. I can't have it. Well, I've been there, and I think you've been there. We all know how this feels. It's so much pressure, and it feels icky, and it feels as if it's tearing us apart, because to some degree it does. Because we are confronted with a reality that doesn't meet the idea of reality we want for us. And it is extremely hard. A lot of times it is accompanied with shock. When something happens that is just overwhelming and shocking, and we go into denial in a way, that's when we most certainly can't accept what's right now happening. And that's totally okay, because that's a defense mechanism. It's also a coping mechanism. And it's important to honor that we have these intrinsic coping mechanisms, coping strategies for us to survive, really, because that's what it is. And yet at some point we gotta look at it at face value. We gotta accept reality as it is. We gotta accept the things that we can't accept. Sometimes it happens right away. Sometimes it takes a little while. Some people won't ever accept certain things. It doesn't make it better for them, I believe. But at some point, we gotta face the reality of what is. I truly believe that. And overcome the denial, the resistance, maybe even the shock. And there is a lot of liberation when we come to this understanding. Okay, this is what happened. This is the situation. I don't like it, and yet I accept it. There's a lot of wisdom in there. And acceptance is the first step of forgiveness. And I have 2 quotes here that I want to read to you. The first one is by Eckhart Tolle. Accept, then act. Whatever the present moment contains, accept it as if you had chosen it. Always work with it, not against it. I love it. I get goosebumps. And I feel softness moving through me, entering my heart. And maybe there's something greater at work here that we don't know. It's an invitation always to grow, to elevate ourselves into the next best version, to understand not only ourselves, but others and the world around us. And then I have a very beautiful quote here by J.K. Rowling from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Love Harry Potter. I love it so much. I'm gonna watch all the movies around Christmas and getting myself into the magic. Anyways, coming back to the quote, understanding is the first step to acceptance, and only with acceptance can there be recovery. Exactly, and that's what I meant with when the softness enters, all of a sudden a greater healing takes place. My lovelies, find the parts of you, the situations, the people in your life that you have a hard time to accept. Sit with them, journal, allow in softness, allow in the spirit of water that we talked about yesterday. Move through it with water. Allow in the compassion that we talked about on day 4. And don't forget to breathe. For me, when there are things that are hard for me to accept, whether it's about myself or other people or a certain situation in my life or just in general, the first thing that I do is connecting with my breath, because my breath reminds me of my truth. It brings me back into my body, it brings me back into my heart, anchors me in. I'm more rooted, I'm more grounded. And I give myself some time to reevaluate. And I also give myself the grace to let in a higher perspective that I can't see while I'm in this situation where I'm limited in my perception, in my understanding. My loves, thank you for journeying through a month of grace with me. I see you tomorrow. Namaste.